There's something amazing happening in our country right now, and something that we on our program have been talking for about a year, and it's really starting to come together. And that is, you're going to find yourself standing with strange bedfellows. You're going to find yourself standing in rooms with people that you're supposed to not like, or you're not supposed to agree with, or whatever. All the labels are going away. And you're going to find yourself standing, if you are a person of principles, standing next to somebody because of those principles. And that's when you have a choice. You can either walk around and go off your principles, or you can say, you know what? I guess this is where it's taken me, and I think this is great, because I know they're just as uncomfortable as I am. I only give you this opening because I think Montel Williams thinks that he disagrees with almost everything that I say. I wonder how much we actually do disagree with each other. But he is a guy who TheBlaze put a speech that he gave just this last weekend about veterans, and played it on the radio as well. This guy is absolutely right. And it's important for us to stand together for our veterans. Montel, welcome to the program.
Glenn, thanks so much for having me. You just nailed it all absolutely correctly. It's a matter of principle. You know, I have been and have stated unequivocally for the last 14 years of my life, I am as independent as I think there could be if there's a real independent person in this country today. I look at individual issues, I make a decision, and it doesn't matter to me whether it's right or left, it's my decision.
Exactly right.
I say that I disagree with a lot of what you say, but I always agree with the fact that you are exactly like me the same way. You will make your determination not based on other people's opinions, but on yours. And on this one, we truly do agree. We agree because, I'm telling you, in all of the fodder, part of the reason why I wrote the tweet to you that I said, about the fact that, you know, the tweet that I said that you and I don't agree on a lot, is because you don't understand the hate and disrespect that I'm getting from some people out there at the fact that you and I would even have a conversation.
Oh, no, I do.
And that's what
I live
think
this
is
life.
So lost. You've gotten it too, correct?
I know. No, I live this.
Yes,
This
sir.
is my life for the last 5 years. People are isolated, and people are hammered for even thinking about having a conversation, and it's insane what we're turning into. We're becoming book burners. But I want to stay focused on the veterans.
Sure.
I really believe, Montel, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I really believe that we, if we haven't already, we are on the road to becoming worse than the people that spat on our soldiers in the 1960s, because at least at that point, they felt something about our soldiers. I think we're becoming a society so numb, we don't even know that the war is still going on, and so many people don't even care.
So disgusting, Glenn, in the fact that I will tell you, you can reach back less than a year and a half ago, almost every single station had something on about the last victim or the last casualty, but nobody knows that we had a soldier who just passed away on, I believe it was the 13th. He died of an injury that he suffered on the 6th. He was the command sergeant major of his unit. He passed away, and nobody's talking about it. And if you also remember, let's go back 5 years ago. 6 years ago, everybody, every award show, every finish of a game, first thing I want to do is I want to tell you I support the troops. It became a slogan that is now a meaningless slogan. And if you saw me in a speech, I don't think people understand why I feel this way. But you have people on your staff who will validate this and verify it. Over the last 4 years, Glenn, I don't just talk the talk. I walk the walk. I've never asked for press, don't want any coverage. I visit our guys. Walter Reed, Bethesda. I cook for our guys around the country. I cook for their family members, for the people who serve them. This isn't something I started doing yesterday. I'm a board member of Fisher House. If you remember, we are the ones who step up to the plate to pay the death benefits for our soldiers while this government was sequestered. So I'm walking the walk, my friend. And right now, I am so offended and disgusted by what we are doing as a nation to the guys who let us live this democracy we have.
So what is this? What is the solution? No, you're Montel. I know these things. I don't have to have my staff verify it. I know these things to be true about you. It is what I have always respected about you. It is something when I was hammered by the press long before Fox, long before CNN. I did something called Rally for America, and the media tried to make that into a pro-war thing. And I kept saying, it's not a pro-war thing. It is, I don't care what your decision is. If we do decide as a country to go to war, we must not repeat the mistakes of the past and treat our soldiers with disrespect. We must be there for them all the way until we say enough. And we're not doing it.
So, how clear are your words? Everybody can hear them, Glenn, but for some reason we're all putting a deaf ear. Is it because of the messenger? It could be because of me. It could be because of you. But we have to stop that and come together to understand. You know, we have Congress down there right now thinking about some way to put troops on the ground in places like Africa, in places like, the Ukraine. We're going to start with weapons, then it's going to end up being troops and advisors. We want to ask people to go put their lives on the line and promise them that when you come back, we'll take care of you. But when they come back, they're going to understand it's nothing but a bold lie. So how do you fix it? That's the question. And I'm so glad you're giving me an opportunity to say this, because even after I wrote my op-ed piece, I've come up with even a couple ways that make it even simple. I said that we needed Congress and Senate to act and do something called a surge. Okay, remember, 4 years ago, we put 33,000 troops on the ground in Afghanistan. In less than 90 days, we spent over $50 billion to send them over to get hurt. Now, we have a budget sitting in Washington, D.C. that's getting ready to be approved for our military, and there's at least $5 billion in it that nobody wants. Nobody wants it. Aircraft carriers, some A-10s. So look, I don't even need Congress to do this. I just need the president to do this, because he doesn't even have to do an executive order. He's the commander-in-chief. Here's what he could do today. He can order each branch of the service that has just allowed corpsmen to go off active duty and into the reserves, to bring them back on TEMAC, temporary active duty. He can do this without a congressional mandate. He can just bring them back on for up to 6 months for temporary active duty. They can man every VA hospital and also the hospitals on bases. And within 30 days, we can man them up, understand what their mission is going to be. In 90 days, we want to clear the entire backlog. And why do we need to do it with military personnel? Because, folks, hear me, please understand. Our soldiers are in pain. And right now, you can't send a person who doesn't understand how to speak to a soldier to understand and get him to open up unless it's another soldier. So why don't we employ the ones that are out of work right now? And the president, he doesn't even have to sign a bill. Direct each branch of the service to do this today. 90 days from now, we will have a backlog cleared up, and we'll understand what the baseline is for what we have to now commit to pay for, to take care of our obligation and our debt to our veterans.
Okay.
We have to do
Montel,
this. Right now, do you know that there are soldiers?
No,
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Shut up.
No, go ahead.
Just tell me to shut up.
No, go ahead.
No, please, sir.
No, finish, please.
Well, see, I mean, right now, we have soldiers who haven't seen a doctor for over 5 years. The doctor has them on record for maybe having just an amputation. And I say just an amputation, but an amputation. Now, they think that that's all they're treating. 4 years later, he's got PTSD. A year later, PTSD, he's got an infection. He's got a wound care. We don't even know how much it's going to cost to take care of that single soldier. We don't have a baseline. Let's get a baseline. Once we know that, then we as citizens have to step up to the plate and understand one thing. Listen to me. It's not the president. It's not Congress. It's not the Senate. It's we, the people, owe this debt. You had a barbecue on Sunday. You did so on the backs of young men who can't be treated. How dare you pay your debt?
Montel,